So as you can see, surrounding Reaume Park, you have a lot of high-end condos and apartment buildings. Right over there is Glengarda. There they have $800,000 condos. They're like 2 bedrooms, but it's good size, like 1,800 square feet. But it's just to give you a feel for the area. Ahead of us is the Detroit River, and across the Detroit River is Belle Isle, and that's the American side. Over to the right we have a war memorial. And from a distance over there, you can see downtown Detroit and the Canadian Steamship Line's oil tanker. There are actually a lot of those oil tankers going up and down the river. Here's some more views of Belle Isle in Detroit. You can see a slight fog in the distance. There was a fog advisory earlier today, but it's not as bad as one would expect in London or somewhere else. I like how calm and serene it is walking along the river. Feel a light windy breeze. In the distance you can hear some cars along Riverside Drive, but it's also quite calm. Take a look at those high rises again. This is a really great place to visit this summer. They call that area over there Coventry Gardens, and they grow a lot of flowers there as well. It's different kinds of plants. And Belle Isle in Detroit is also a nice place to visit. I've been there years ago. They also hold a lot of events there, like the Grand Prix.
No.
Ahead of us, right over there, is where they would float the Peace Fountain, and it would be a computer-controlled multi-jet stream fountain that would shoot water 70 feet in the air, and sometimes at night they have light shows as well. Certainly a sight to see during the summer if you're ever down here. Ahead of us we have Sunrise Retirement Home. Another shot of Glengarda. It's fairly new, by the way. I would say, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago it was built. Now there's something interesting. There's a statue ahead of us with a nude lady, and that used to be like near downtown, and then they moved it up here for some reason. I wonder what happened to that statue. We have a nice cemented and patioed open area. I believe Windsor Symphony Orchestra held outdoor events around here somewhere, and I'm pretty sure would have been here somewhere. I don't know if it would have been to the right or in the center, or maybe over here. I'm sure they're going to grow some nice flowers here in the summer and spring. This is also part of Coventry Gardens in Reaume Park. I like how the sound of the waves bounce off the barriers here after the tanker passed. Good. Yourself?
Not bad. Happy New Year.
You too. Yeah, the sound of a squirrel in heat from a distance. Have another look at Belle Isle. can certainly understand the lure of why people would buy expensive condos down here. One, for the site overlooking Belle Isle, and second, that it's very peaceful. You can take a stroll through the park every morning. As the old saying goes, why not? Why not move down here? Why not live down here? Why not visit? And hindsight's always 20/20. I could have bought property down here a long time ago when it was cheap, and I missed out. Alright, so it looks like the trail turns right and then hits Riverside Drive, and then you're pretty much walking alongside Riverside Drive. So let's just head back. Yes, I haven't been in Detroit in quite some time. Definitely begging for a visit from me. As memory serves me correctly, the city of Detroit was founded as a settlement in 1701. Windsor, or Sandwich as it used to be called, was founded, I believe, 1749. And back then, you'd have key farmers going from the river probably about a mile down. So it was like a very narrow frontage facing the river, so you could have access to ships to load up your grains. And we see examples of that in Windsor. Like, you'll see a lot of streets named after the original Key Farm settlers. So like in downtown, the main street's Olette Avenue, and then and that was the Olette family. and it's stretched all the way down to Tecumseh Road. Then you have other streets like Dougal, which was after the Dougal family, and Dufferins after the Dufferin family, and so forth. So you'll see in Windsor, like, the blocks are very narrow along going across the river. Right, looks like there's another trail we could take here. I wonder if any of my viewers live in Glengarda. They can tell us how they like it. So if you do live in Glengarda, just leave a comment in the comment sections below. One thing I did notice that was interesting about Reaume Park is I didn't see a single goose here today, unlike other parks in Windsor. And up ahead is that shack where we started at Paulette and Riverside. And during the summer, you can actually buy ice cream there. It's a restaurant that's open. And they usually have little benches outside where you can, with tables that you could sit next to and eat your ice cream. Ahead of us I see a nice plaque talking about the Siege of Detroit in 1763. And that concludes our trip. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.